Sup, my precious students, and welcome to another What If part 2 of What If Deku was Shinra's Reincarnation. I didn't really know what to record, so I just recorded part 2 of this. The next video will probably be the 500 sub special, which will take like a bit longer because, it should be special, so it's gonna take longer. Also, thanks for the 500 subs. Like, it's really a big thing for me. I'm gonna say more to that on the special, so yeah, let's just dive in. So we left off with the battle against other students where they acted as villains, So we left off there, so we're just gonna basically skip to the USJ. So the USJ starts, they just basically they go there on the bus tour, and Deku is pretty alone boss, he's like kind of an outsider because of his teeth. It's kind of fucked up if you just because of someone's teeth, but no. So yeah, I mean they do be looking kind of drippy, but I guess they just don't know what is cool or whatnot. Well, let's just continue. So USJ incident happens, I guess. They get teleported. Deku then just starts to float. Obviously, he gets teleported directly, uses his flames to float. And he then sees Mineta and Tsuyu. They do their stuff, I guess, with Mineta's balls. But Deku doesn't really care, so he just looks at it and he looks around if where the other people in his class are, and then he sees Aizawa being attacked by Shigaraki, right? And directly uses his weakened form of Rapid to speed over to Aizawa. He just speeds over and directly starts blasting fire to he basically arrives there and tries to hit Shigaraki with the fire. He could kind of dodge it, but he got a few burn marks. Then the Nomu gets sent out, obviously, because of yes. And Deku can't really do much because, right now he just has flames from his feet and he doesn't really have any ability. He doesn't have Corner yet, so it doesn't really look good. But he's able to dodge all the Nomu's attacks because he's really fast, so he just blasts fire at him. Basically just he does some insane stun moves. He flips around him and kicks him and everything. He tries everything, but it's a Nomu, so Nomu doesn't really care. It's a strong Nomu, so yeah. Basically Ida gets help, so they have to wait for a moment. In the meantime, Deku just dodging and just doing shit. He just fighting the Nomu, but he can't do damage pretty much. But then he decides to aim at the head because maybe head is more vulnerable, I guess, maybe. I don't know. Because of the exposed brain. Did he have an exposed? I think all Nomus have exposed brain. He just tries attacking the exposed brain because it's obvious. Maybe it could be a weak spot. So he tries attacking that, but it doesn't really work. Sad. So yeah, because the Nomu it covers his head with his arms and shit when he starts blasting fire. So yeah, The Gnome was pretty much undefeatable by Deku, but All Might arrives and says, "I am here." And you know what happens now. They start having a fight, left, right, punches, all the good stuff from canon, and obviously Nomu gets defeated by All Might. Obvious. So yeah, basically all the kind of stuff happened. Just that Deku just be flexing with his movement, like damn boy, he is good in movements. So yeah, All Might just thanks Deku for like dodging his attacks and just distracting the normal. And Deku is kind of happy because Deku's kind of fan, best hero. Fits the Shinra that he's a fan of the greatest hero, well, at least in Japan, So yeah, the sports festival, let's go. So yeah, oh wait, one thing, never mind. Okay, after USJ, Deku starts training more. In the meantime, he starts training his fire and actually realizes that he can make like the rock sign to use corner, which is kinda it's also a hand sign, which basically just is explosive fire. Well, not explosive fire, but his fire is like more explosive. There's like if you have seen the anime, and he used it on the one guy who like stomped and used like flames. Used it on that guy, and he had like this giant flame with like the mouth and shit. That's basically corner. So yeah, he learned this in the meantime, while doing all this in between the USJ and the sport festival. So yeah, we will skip right to the sport festival. The sport festival starts, and in the bus ride, he still gets those disgusting looks. It's the devil among us. What? Those things happen, and he's obviously he's not depressed, but he keeps like smiling because he hears them, so he basically just makes it worse by smiling. But he hears them, so he's nervous, but he's how do you say it, he just doesn't like it, and he just smiles because it makes sense, so yeah. Sport festival starts. First one's obstacle race. So basically they all go to the beginning line and be like preparing, and Deku was obviously like also preparing, like getting into his pose and shit for starting to run. But when it starts, he uses his rapid, he uses his hand signs, and he shoots out of there. He's going fast. Okay. I was about to say word. No, it's fine. I'm about to say the F word. Like, I can't say it. He's just going really fast, and everyone just, how is he so fast? Even Bakugo is like, he's not that fast, obviously. So he's just skipping all of it, like the whole obstacle course. Well, maybe not the robots, but he's like dodging them. As I said, he has good dodging abilities, so he just ignores basically everything. So yeah, he's obviously first, and he has the biggest badge on him, the 1 million points badge, I think it was. Yeah, 1 million points badge. So yeah, he gets a team, same team as before, I would say, because Deku was also kind of an outsider, I think. He was working on How's he working on it? Wait, I'm dumb. Never mind. So yeah, I was completely lost. Sorry guys. Okay. The cavalry battle, he basically gets same teams because he was lonely in the anime, kinda. No, yeah, he had like kinda. You know what I mean, okay? You just get the same teams. That's it. So yeah, they just go in and something funny happens. Basically, it's basically the same because Deku can't really do much. But one occasion, someone tries to grab their big points, and Deku says, "All grab onto my legs and prepare for some heat." So basically, what he does is they start rushing, like two teams start rushing at them, and he just, like, all of them grab onto him, and they fly up. They fly up, get into another corner of the arena, then land, and then go on with the fight. And basically, that's how they won. Like, last second, basically. Not last second, but like last minute, and they just got away with it. Don't ask me how no one got hurt. It's plot, basically. It's like the power of plot, you know. That's the best I can say, I guess. So yeah, that's how they win this part. So yeah, pretty much. So the fight start, and Shinzo versus Deku. Deku is like not the one to talk much. So well, he kind of is, but he doesn't, because he just doesn't want to, I guess. I don't know. He's just going fast, rapid. Get him out of here, okay? Easy. So yeah, Todoroki versus Deku. This fight is really intense. Let's get into it. Wait. Yeah. Let's get into it. So, Todoroki, obviously, when the fight started, he started blasting his big eyes out of his feet. Out of his feet, kind of. So he just uses big ice spikes to attack Deku, and Deku just dodges this. Basically, he's good at dodging, like I said. He rapidly, funny because his move is called Rapid. He uses Rapid and just rapidly is basically directly next to Todoroki, and he then uses Corner. Like, he forms his hands, into the hand sign, because he knows that Todoroki will react. So uses corner, and basically Todoroki uses like ice spikes, and Deku just completely blasts him away with corner, and even manages to damage Todoroki. Basically, Todoroki gets like flung a bit, but he stands back up and starts shooting eyes again. He's like, how? What did he do? What the fuck? But then he just realized that he just used a lot of fire compressed. So it's kind of like, I don't really want to use my fire side ability. And because Deku heard like all this stuff, he was like, hey, come on, why don't you use your fire side? I know that you have like fire abilities. And Todoroki's like, wait, what? And he's like, no, I'm not gonna use it. I'm not gonna use it. And Deku's like, it's not your father's ability. It's your own ability. And Todoroki kind of realized that. And Deku was kind of like, yeah, come on, one-on-one, fire versus fire, the good stuff. And Todoroki's like, I don't know. He's still thinking, obviously, because he doesn't like his father, I guess. there. Todoroki actually uses his fire side for a moment, but what happens is basically that while he was thinking, Deku was preparing and got into like a really good stance for him. So he basically just blasted him, like uses rapid and directly used corner and knocked him out. Sad for Todoroki. So we get into the fight with Bakugo and Deku, the finale. Yeah. So finale 101. Let's go in. So okay. Deku, the fight begins. Obviously, Deku obviously speeding to Bakugo. He kinda, yeah, no, he doesn't feel hatred because he's like Shinra's reincarnation, and Shinra doesn't really have hatred. So he's like a bit angry at him, I guess, for the time. But Bakugo was obviously more angry because he's always angry. So Bakugo, he wants to prove that he's stronger than Deku because he kind of let him do his shit in school, like before. So he kind of wants to prove him that he is still stronger than him. So what he does is basically shoot giant explosions at Deku. Deku actually gets hit by this like a bit. Let's say like one of his arms, he like gets slight burns, I guess. Is it burns? Yeah. It's slightly damaged. Let's just say slightly damaged. But he mostly dodges all of the attacks. So that's basically what he does, and he just they're just having a blast. They're just dodging and weaving and attacking, and Deku using rapid basically all the time, and Bakugo's going all out. Like he's exploding, just big explosions, and he even uses howitzer impact, and Deku gets actually hit a lot. But Bakugo also gets hit by Deku's flames, and this fight ends with Bakugo using howitzer impact and Deku just using corner at the same time, and they knock each other out at the same time. So they basically both won. Yeah, that's basically how it's gonna work. Yeah. It's tied. So I guess we just skipped the hero name directly. The hero name will actually be a slight spoiler for the manga, but it's not a spoiler. If you read the manga, you will understand what I said. If you didn't read the manga, you won't understand at all. I will just say his hero name is Kami. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. If you read the manga, you know what I mean, okay? So yeah, internship, I obviously choose Endeavor for the internship. So next time when we get into the part with stain attacks and stuff like that, he will be in Endeavor's internship. So yeah, be excited for that and how it's gonna turn out, like how his relationship with Shoto is gonna be. It's gonna be interesting. So yeah, this was obviously the end of this part. And by the way, Wizard, this is kind of like not like 20 years later, so kind of busted your comment, you know. Join my Discord, sub. We're going for the 1K this time. Well, let's say we're going for 750 first, okay? Next goal will be 750 subs. Let me check real quick. I think there is still 249 subs away from 750 subs. So let's just speed there. We're doing a speed run, okay? Let's get to 750 subs as fast as possible. So click the sub button, join my Discord, because I'm pretty dead there, but if you join, maybe it's not gonna be as dead as before. So yeah, see you in the next video. Bye.
I can hear the demons call when they do what they do, and now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. up if it's controlling you. I know the time